flip from AS to bring us into this series. And Milky, are you excited?
See, I want to say no, but we've got a Draven and Pike, so yes, I am actually excited because I want to see how hard this is going to win or flop against, obviously, my favorite ADC, Eddie, as a president of the Eddie fan club. Yeah, so, you know, as president, I'm legally obliged to say that Eddie's going to hard curb stomp this lane, but that may not happen from my neutral caster perspective.
Yeah, and something to keep in mind that Eddie and Zuhao have been actually struggling in that bot lane. They were struggling against Wales before, in that 2v2 specifically, so they are probably most attackable part of Team Secret at the moment. I'm not saying they're bad by any means, but they're just worse than the other players, which right now is a pretty high bar to reach. Anyways, blasphemy. But so I think there is a chance, but I've seen this before. 2 Pike picks, and all I'm hoping for is that AS tactic goes beyond what GE did, because they picked Pike, they got ahead, and then their strategy was press Q, run at enemy, hit Q, or lose. And I want to see AS have a strategy behind this, because I can't take another game versus GE. I lost my mind in the last one. I don't want to see it again.
Okay. I've got a question for you. So we're going to be playing one of Milky's mini games, and the mini game this time is, will 2T reach level 16 as Kayle?
Well, he shouldn't, because I believe that either his team has won by level 16 or his team has lost by level 16. He might reach it. I'm pretty certain it won't have an impact on the game, because I think if he hits level 16, the game is over anyways. For his team, kinda. Because, well, the range disadvantage is really hard, and yes, Kayle level 16 is always something to be scared of, but you have such good range on the other side with the Azir, with the Aphelios, that I don't even think that Kayle has too much of a chance to do anything, even if she hits level 16, so I don't think it will make an impact.
Okay. Well, let's see whether Kayle can get to level 16. Right now, Hero is not letting 2T get many minions in lane, just bullying out the Kayle as much as possible with that range advantage currently. An artifact, we do know that Azir has a little bit too much range at the start of the game and can bully out quite a lot of mid laners despite being a very late game dominant champion.
Yeah, and something very interesting with Artifact's rune choices here is that he's actually gone for the Conqueror, so he's probably more of a DPS Azir in the later stages, which I really like, because you don't have to stomp lane, you're gonna win lane anyway, so having a lane rune for you doesn't really matter, and then with Conqueror you just have the potential to really run over the later stages of the game, especially if you go a bit off attack speed. So that's something I really like seeing from him, going for those later fights, because if you get there, you auto win, and the other runes won't change you getting there.
I just saw a message from Beast, and even by my pun standards, that is bad, Beast. I refuse to say that one on broadcast. You should go home and rethink your life. There we go. Star Wars reference done for the day. Meanwhile, back to the game then. We're seeing here looking towards this bottom lane, looking for a dive. Doesn't have a level 6, so can't disable that tower.
Yeah, and Uzi is already pretty low. I only now realize that AS AD carry is literally discount Uzi. TP is now coming in from the Gnar. And saves the play.
Very early TP.
Yeah, but it stops the play, and especially mid lane doesn't have the time to stay around for another one. Jungle doesn't really either. And the Gnar doesn't lose anything, because the wave was already pushed in. He just TPs down, moves back, and he would have walked to lane anyway, so it really doesn't change anything. But him losing the TP, so I think it was a really good play, also really nicely set up from Hero. The other one of the duo from SBTC, right? Emperor and Hero, those were the two where we couldn't really agree who was worse, and now they're really dominating top lane. And again, he shows, with good CS and a great play to save bot lane, what he can do.
I do remember having that discussion about Hero and Emperor. I remember actually back when they were both on SBTC. And it was, no, sorry, it was when they were both on Team Secret, I believe. And
No, they were
Artifact
both
was-
on SPTC, no?
Oh yeah, they were both on SBTC. Artifact was a mid laner, and Artifact didn't get any game time, and Hero and Emperor just rotated between playing top lane and mid. Hero, I think, got mostly mid. And I just remember being in pain that Artifact couldn't get any game time, because he had like one game where his team like sprinted him down, and then his team were like, no, we're not letting you play anymore.
Yeah, that was the great Hero set mid lane. That dominated actually for a few weeks before it then fell off heavily. Hero now is around top lane. He's looking for the Gnar, but Gnar is actually going mega and he has ultimate.
Hero does not land the W. Hero, though, will be able to land the Sky Splitter. Then Hero shoves Hero away from him and retreats back to the relative safety of his tower.
Yeah, and if he was here to actually just cover the Gnar and make sure the level 6 couldn't be used, good play from him. If he was looking for a gank, then meh, not sure. But Kayle has ultimate, so dive is possible onto Hero. They want to look for it, and they're looking for plating for now. So again, they're playing very heavily towards the side lanes, just moving the Volibear side to side, and meanwhile Vego's just farming up, but he doesn't really have a farm lead. So far, Hero just having more impact on the map.
And Hero having lost a little bit of his family when he had to teleport towards the bottom lane. For now, though, not big leads for AS Esports. They've just got that small lead towards the bottom side, which is somewhat expected when you're playing Draven Pike into a Aphelios Renata 10 CS lead for Uzi.
In this moving mid lane, Artifact has to be careful.
Oh, that is a weird interaction. I don't know what I saw, but it was a hook into a Shurima shuffled, and the mid laner and the support went flying all over the map.
Yeah, don't ask me about that one. I think you said pretty rightly what happened there, but Zin was actually spotted, so just a small misplay from Artifact. Playing towards bot side there, his jungler was top side, and we're diving bot lane.
We are diving into the bottom lane. Eddie will fall. Is first blood going to Uzi, but one pulled back for Zhu Hao, looking for Zin, but not going to be able to get close enough. And here on play call, we'll just look to run the Renata down, and it is an easy second kill for AS.
Yeah, and specifically, First Blood went to the Draven, so his first reset is secured, and he's moving towards a normal item build that we often see, so Rated Dirk into a Sense Reaver, and then you can go for your Collector later on. Or just leave the Serrated Dirk. I've seen literally Draven players buy Serrated Dirk first, then build Armor Penetration, not the Collector, and then just sell Serrated Dirk later on in the game. So we could be seeing this in this game as well, because you have decent frontline. You got Penguin. Oh no, Hio got the smite. FF.
Run, Penguin, run! Let your little feet waddle you out. Here, level 6, Penguin, sadly, does not win the smite fight, and here we'll just start up on the Rift Herald. But AS have the lead, but this is what we expected. They have the Draven Pike, they have to get this lead early, otherwise things look very sketchy for them.
Yeah, but here, now getting the Herald, them not really prioritizing the first Drake, I really like that, because Drake isn't exactly win condition for you. For you want to build up a huge gold lead first, and now Hero is in trouble.
Poor Hero, twice he goes in onto 2T, and both times Hero shows up. Hero has the ult, sends away the Volibear, but Volibear ults forward. Hero on the run. Hero, can he go in for this play? No, surely not, and Hero will survive.
Yeah, a good play there again to punish Hero's aggression, but then maybe a step too far with 2T's flash expended, and the kill not secured. And Penguin this time on the other side is again trying to get a buff away from this play. And this time there's nobody there to smite it away, and he smites on 900 HP, not risking anything again. Meanwhile, top lane turret, I think, is falling, and the first turret funneled into this Kayle could really set her apart. I told you, she might not make a difference. If Kayle gets ahead together with a Draven who's already in a good position, that might just be game winning.
Something that I do want to bring up, because I very often hear this being talked about by analysts, is taking the first tower too early and then extending this top lane. Do you think this is going to put 2T into a situation where Penguin and Hero can abuse the early game Kayle?
I mean, they can abuse the Kayle. I don't think it matters too much here. I think that the worst part is really if Hero gets to freeze the wave up top, so you might have to send the Volibear up there now and again to just push out the wave, make sure it crashes, so you have a bounce back, and Kayle just can run around the map in the meantime and just do things on the map. Because it is technically a problem if VCS decided to not fight when Kayle is on the map and Gnar isn't, but it's the VCS. So there are going to be fights.
We're always going to get fights.
And
this is AS Esports as well.
Yeah, and you also have a very strong bot lane and a good roaming mid lane, so you can always force plays on the map, and 2T can now be involved in that. But as long as Gnar is freezing up here, he has to really overextend, that is true.
Something else we should talk about is something that we did see in the previous series when SBTC faced off against Team Wales, which was having the Taliyah mid and having that roaming potential from Taliyah. We're in a somewhat similar situation here in game 1 of our second series of the day, where Playcool has this rights, has the realm up to be able to make plays around with Heel's volley, but either on top or bottom side. And unlike that SBTC series, Artifact is not playing Silas, so it doesn't have the hijack potential. And now, oh, this is just a dirty collapse onto Artifact. Almost survives, but the death from below will secure the kill for AS Esports.
And there we also see the advantage. 2T is here with the play, so it's a 4-man play, even though Draven can't join because of bot priority, and that's what you can do when the Gnar is freezing the wave. Now he can just move top, get the wave, so he is safe so far, and just a good play and good dive so far. I mean, AS Esports have dove, I think, 3 times already during the first 11 minutes and have themselves a good gold lead, and they might just snowball the game. It's not enough yet, I would say, that they're safe, but a lot of the gold leads should also be on 2T, which is a very good target to have it on, just because he, of course, skates better than a Draven.
Now, I've got a question, but I kind of know the answer to this. Where was this AS Esports for the rest of the split?
I wouldn't ask that yet, because...
Okay, there's a long way to go in this.
They've basically drafted good lanes on every position. I mean, not really in mid lane, so Playcool has actually performed better than I expected. Getting priority, moving a lot around the map. But, like, especially bot lane is... You have to be really, really, really bad to not be able to get something here. And I think if AS had a better bot lane, this is easily solo killable. So, like, them not getting any leads on their own is actually a minus for me.
Okay. Got it. See, right now, I'm putting this down to, Team Secret. They need that in game. Usually they do it in game 2, I think. But maybe now it's in game 1 as AS Esports get another kill, this time onto Zuhao in the bottom lane. And I have a feeling Eddie's going to fall. This teleport from Hero is not going to keep him alive. Eddie desperately trying to get the kill onto Hero, who just goes golden in the Rune Prison, locks him in place. Hero wants that kill onto Hero, but the Sky Splitter will be able to give Hero enough of a shield to survive.
Yeah, and we see that Draven... Wait, does Draven get his cash in with Pike ulti? Because he has his cash in. He only has 4 stacks, so he got a cash in. But I don't think he got a kill, did he? Or did he get the first one with ulti? We have to see that again.
Take a look at the replay.
Yeah, so first, it's just good collapse. Again, the Rise is really paying off in spades here with the ultimate, and then... Yeah, it's the first one to Hero, and I think the second one was Pike ulted. Maybe it was the Pike ult interaction where if the target dies while you ult, you still get the Pike ulti. No. He just gets his cash in.
Yeah, there you go. Pike ult gives Draven his cash in.
Wait, that's broken.
I mean, let's be honest, the Pike ult interactions have always been broken, even though they nerfed
That is
it a bit,
true.
So he doesn't give shutdowns anymore with his ultimate execution.
That is true. And he doesn't himself get double gold anymore, which was... Yeah.
Oh, it was a double goal that they changed.
Yeah, he basically... Like, if he killed somebody, he would get the 300 gold and his gold stacks as well. Which was a bit weird. But anyways, that now means that Draven is actually in a huge position. I mean, look at the gold this man has. He has nearly 2 items in 14 minutes. And now we're at the point where we have 4.5k gold lead. We're at the point where AS is in a winning position. They needed this gold lead, but now they are in a good position to just contest Drakes and take the rest of the Drakes and basically free scale this game.
And Team Secret, in the drafting phase, they banned away the Kalista, they banned away the Lucian, they tried to take away the early game ADCs from AS Esports, but Uzi has found himself an early game ADC nonetheless, and it is working well for the side of AS Esports. Team Secret find themselves in a tricky situation, with the second Drake of the game up and available. In goes Hero, he finds the ult onto Playcool. Can they get the kill? Moonlight Vigil doesn't land onto anyone because Playcool goes golden, but out comes the ultimate, the Renata ultimate, And now AS Esports just turning this around. Good Emperor's Divide, but instant ult from here will take him out to safety. Either way, still a 1-for-1. Penguin steals the soul now, looking for 2T, but it will just be 1 kill for both teams, and Team Secret can't find anything more.
Yeah, and with a jungler that should be an easy Drake take as well for Team Secret, and that's what you don't want to see on AS's side. They must win those team fights, and they just can't in the end. It isn't enough to kill anybody. The damage isn't here yet. Draven needs his second item before he can really do something, and on the other hand, the range really came into factor here, just being able to not really get hit on any significant targets by the Draven.
And the fact that Team Secret are able to come out of a fight even, in fact, winning it slightly, considering that they were able to take the Drake after it, despite having that large gold deficit, is a very worrying sign for AS Esports. So, talking about that range advantage that Team Secret have, do AS Esports just need to be quicker on the trigger to start these fights?
I mean, specifically the Volibear should be there in the fights, because he is the most offensive weapon they have, right? Sending him in is very good, but he doesn't have an easy job. I think overall AS's team comp really has an issue with engaging, so they have to be first on objective, where we see here again how the fight developed, and it's just, they have to wait out this Mega now, man. This is just so strong. They have to use so many resources to keep Playcool alive, and yeah, now we see how nobody's really able to hit here, while the Volibear is just getting ulted in.
To be honest, I thought after AS survived that initial engage, I thought they 100% had the fight, but in the end, Hero ended up dying. Even though he tried to Volibear ult his way out to safety. Hero, though, has to be careful, because Zin is hovering, and so is Hero. But it should be safe.
Hero's also going for a really weird item build, one that I haven't seen. I guess he's going Titanic Hydra Sunfire or something, or Chemtech, or what the hell? What is he going?
He's looking for more tankiness then to try to frontline. 2T. Well, whatever that item build is, it kind of worked against 2T somehow.
I'm not sure. 2T didn't have ultimate. Looked like he was just ulted on the turret and died or something. Maybe we see replay. I mean, it was so surprising that not even our spectators could catch it. Which... What? I mean, another bot dive. Another dive for AS. An artifact.
Artifact does have ultimate available. Will use it. Playcool takes a tower shot incredibly low. Flashing out of the Stormbringer. Death from below. Not enough to get the kill. Can Artifact outplay this? He can. He gets 1 kill. Zin's gonna die as well. 2 kills for Artifact, and he gets the shutdown.
Yeah, I mean, on both sides of the map, the solo laners just come up huge. And here we again see how 2T died. And yeah, he just probably jumps forward, ultimate into turret, and then it's free kill. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, I mean... That's just depressing, man. Like, this is something that should happen to you, like, when you're a silver player, you know? This happens. When you're a platinum player, this may happen. When you're a diamond player, this shouldn't happen. And when you're playing in the VCS, this is intentional griefing. You know, like, there are steps to be taken here. Maybe put the top laner back into top lane, not 2T. I mean,
sometimes, to be fair, sometimes, and I'm not, like, defending 2T entirely, but sometimes people forget just how short the Gnar ult cooldown is. So I'm not sure if Hero got that ult just off cooldown and 2T thought, you know, it wasn't available, but maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to give him benefit of the doubt. It's really hard to him.
Maybe you shouldn't put out your underperforming top laner for your underperforming mid laner, you know? Like, that doesn't sound like a smart idea. I mean, you benched your mid laner because he was griefing you, and now you're putting him into top lane. I mean, yeah, whatever. We still have Uzi, of course, on his Draven. Now has 3 items finished at 19 minutes, and that's kind of what Draven does when he snowballs. And now he's really in position to carry team fights. Has a rapid fire cannon as well to give him a bit more range. And together, basically, with a Sentry River, he takes off half HP of any target that he hits at this point. And we really have to see. And they're brute forcing mid, and I really like this. They just want to have their lead now.
Well, that's going to be the inner tower falling a teleport. And the Renata ult does not land onto anyone. Lots of teleports coming in. One from each team. Penguin trying to back away as Play Cool shows up. Oh, it's a big 3-man Everfrost. And Hyo jumping in on top with the Volley Bear ultimate. And Eddie will survive. The Renata W keeps him alive. Death from below. Penguin's going to find one. And out comes the Moonlight Vigil. Lands onto Play Cool. And AS Esports are getting wiped off the face of the map. Artifact is just looking for Hyo. It's a triple kill for Penguin. An Artifact sliding his way forward, desperately trying to kill the Volley Bear, but won't be able to do so. Team Secret with 4 kills for 1, and Team Secret will be getting the Baron Nashor as well.
And you know how you asked me where the Team AS was for the entirety of the season? There it is, my dude. Yeah. There it is. And then I literally told you, let's see how they play team fights. All they should have done is run out. If Hyo gets caught, he just ults out, you know? He's safe. Like, that's a Volley Bear. He's not dying. He had an ultimate up. He had flash up. Just take the hero's TP for free. Walk out. You got a mid lane tier 2, mid lane tier 1, and a TP. And just be happy. Play for Drake, man. Like, why are you fighting like that? They had such a good game, and now they're just griefing it away. And now, I mean, we're at the point where I'm saying game over. Like, I think if Team Secret doesn't do any major mistakes anymore, the game's already done. Like, that's how volatile this AS team comp is that you lose one team fight and the game is immediately done.
Well, Team Secret, they try to nullify their disadvantages in the early game, and then AS Esports just over-aggressive.
I mean, like look at this. Like, there's no reason for you to TP. Hoyo can just walk out, and then it looks good for a second there, but then you realize that... Yeah, I mean, but then you realize that Eddie gets a free reset because your support is griefing into backline.
Yeah, but why didn't Zin just Like, that was 3 instant kills with the death from below, right?
Yeah, but he didn't get a reset. He R'd in and didn't get a reset.
Oh. Like, if that lands, that is a free fight 1 for AS Esports, because the setup was perfect. Hero, though, getting a kill on to Play Cool.
Yeah, but Renata exists. Like, you're not getting resets on your support, right? Like, you're
is that why?
Yeah, that's why. Like, he killed Eddie, but Eddie survived with Renata. You're not getting the reset, then Eddie just kills you, and then, yeah, GG will fight.
I thought Pyke was meant to be the counter for Renata. Oh, dearie me. Zuhao, I think, might burn to death. One more tick of an ignite. No, Zuhao survives. And Team Secret are looking to end this game. Onto the inhibitor now. Big Emperor's Divide onto 3 members here. Will ult his way out to safety. 2T falls. Uzi will fall as well. The inhibitor falls. Team Secret are just taking everything. We're only 22 minutes into this game. And despite AS having the early game team composition with that Draven Pyke, they are the ones who are losing just over 20 minutes. One final Nexus Tower stands. The amount of damage being put out by artifacts and soldiers is disgusting. Zin does not have the death from below available. Team Secret could look to end, but they're going to play it safe. They're going to back away.
Because I saw that in chat as well, we're going to have a discussion after the game. I'm putting that off for now. Who's worse, Zin or Biop? Because I think that's a really important discussion. Who should be banned from playing Pyke in the future? And, like, I asked if AS had any game plan... BOB, yeah. If AS had any game plan but press Q, go in, kill enemy, they had a game plan, and it looked better than what GE did with the Pyke, and really, like, forcing down mid lane there was the right play, but they just, I mean, overall, I think the top teams in VCS have been getting so much better at just chilling and not doing anything, just waiting for mistakes from the enemy team. Specifically, Secret is very, very good at that, and I think that's a lesson that AS in this game should have learned.
I do also want to take this opportunity to praise, I think, I'm not sure if I want to say just Play Cool or Play Cool in Hyo, because the amount of roams that their Rise was giving, a lot of early game proactive plays from Hyo as well, I think do need to be, appreciated, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Play Cool, he's getting griefed by his team. Honestly, like, this guy literally tried his best every single play set up on side lane. He was there with ultimate. He was getting prio in the matchup. He had no business getting prio in, and now he's just... There's nothing he can really do anymore. He's Rise. His job is done, but it isn't enough to get his team to win, and they might have a chance to kill Penguin.
They land a hook onto Penguin, but Penguin goes golden, then dashes his way out to safety. Hero stepping forward, and down goes here. Zin being forced away. Play Cool goes into stasis, might actually get a kill onto Eddie, but sadly just a little bit short. Team Secret get 2 kills for nothing, and they will get the Nexus as they wrap up this game in under 25 minutes.
Yeah, and honestly, just good game from Team Secret.